Hi guys. Today we're going to find out what happens when you get screwed over by Alibaba. Specifically AliExpress, which is more familiar to us Westerners. That's really the biggest exposure that we have to Alibaba. It's part of course, that big, huge Alibaba giant. But Alibaba, as I understand it, is mostly for like business people who are ordering, batches of hundreds of product. But AliExpress is good if you're ordering, one type of thing. So it's more like Amazon than Alibaba. But anyways, it's part of the big, huge network. And as you could tell from the title up there, I kind of got screwed over by a seller. So we're going to find out what happens. Do they actually protect the buyer, or did I get the shaft? And we'll see. Let me tell you the story. Okay, so back in December, I bought a handheld from AliExpress. It was called the YC316. And let me tell you, this is a glorious handheld. Or no, excuse me. It's a colorful Pocker handheld system. In fact, it's actually a Wii U. It's actually endorsed by Mario and Yoshi. It's also endorsed by the hit sensation Sanguo Defense, Angry Birds, Psy, and Early Kyler? Yeah, I think that's him. And you know what? I thought I was pulling a fast one on them because they thought they were selling a game system that had 188 games in one, but actually, as you could see, it has 1,888 games in one. And I was about to get all of this for the princely sum of less than 1 cent per game. But unfortunately, the tables turned on me because instead I got this. What the hell is this? Seriously, what is it? Anyways, we're going to get to this later on in the episode. I'll do a review of it. But anyways, back to the story of what happened after I got this. But you know what, it's not only that, I also paid an extra $3 fee because of course I wanted the original box, but instead they shipped it in something that looks like a kilo. So because of all this, I put in a claim based on AliExpress's buyer protection system. I told them that I didn't get the item I ordered, nor did he ship it in the original box as we had agreed for an extra $3, which I had paid for via PayPal because I'm an idiot and therefore it isn't covered by the buyer protection system. AliExpress requires that you try to settle this dispute with the seller first. So the seller responded by claiming that this thing functions identically to the YC316, but how should I know that, and why am I going to trust him at this point? He gave me two options. One option was I could keep the device, and he would give me $5 to go away. His second option was to give me a full refund, but I would have to ship the handheld back to him, and shipping on that would be $24.75, so there's no way I'm ever sending this back. A full refund still does me no good. Gee, I could think of a better solution. Quit selling items you don't have so that way buyers don't get scammed out of their money in the first place. So since I wasn't going to select either of the options that he offered me, I decided to take it to the next step, which is to escalate the dispute and let AliExpress sort it out. I took a picture of what he sent me, and they agreed with me that the seller didn't deliver what he advertised, and they gave me the option to either return it for a full refund or get a 70% partial refund and keep the unit. Now before I even selected one of the options, the seller responded with,
"This is a junk buyer's. I hope he returns back. I give him a refund in full. He received goods. Request refund in full. Don't return items back."
And of course I selected the 70% option and kept the unit, and I think that the AliExpress team actually did a pretty good job. Now I like to give the disclaimer that I usually give. I'm not getting any money or perks from them. The only money that I'm getting from them is my money back. But I'm actually very impressed. I mean, they did a really good job of splitting the baby here, because I didn't get everything that I wanted, and I'm sure that he didn't get everything that he wanted. But I think the solution they offered me was very fair, and it allowed me to still be happy. And as a lot of you who have bought something on the internet know, the keyboard is mightier than the sword. So I decided to leave him bad feedback, which was totally honest, and I just described what had happened, and that way I could warn people who might be trying to buy that unit otherwise. And he responded with this. Which is totally reasonable, right? Because, I mean, obviously I'm the fraudster in this situation, right? Alright, now let me tell you guys something else. I've wanted to make an episode like this because, of course, Alibaba is now a huge company that has gone public, and that was actually very surprising for a Chinese company. But either way, they're now going to be a force to be reckoned with on the world market, and that actually gets me really interested in how they deal with customer complaints and protecting their buyers when they try to order something, because it's going to be something that they have to deal with in the future. So it's a subject that I'm very interested in, And so I wanted to do this kind of video, but it wasn't going to be on this unit. I actually intentionally got suckered into a scam on their site so that way I could try to figure out how their buyer protection works. So in December, I also bought an iPega game console for $11.99, which is an absolutely ridiculous price. There is no way that they're moving units at that price at all, unless they're stolen or counterfeit or who knows what. It's an absolutely outrageous price. There is no way that that is legitimate. But I kissed my 12 bucks away and I ordered it anyways. Anyways, I thought those 12 bucks were gone. And much to my surprise, they actually did ship something out. So I started tracking it, and then I found out that it was actually delivered somewhere in Michigan. So immediately I went ahead and notified Alibaba and I put in a claim. And so they marked it as a suspicious order. And guess what? They actually honored my claim and I got my money back. That is amazing. Seriously, I thought my 12 bucks was gone. I never expected them to do anything. And I expected the worst from their buyer protection program. I thought that they were just going to push me around, stall me, keep me on hold forever. I thought the only non-Chinese phrase they would know would be caveat emptor. I expected them to be worse than Comcast, and I thought they would make a brilliant episode. But actually, to their credit, like I said, I'm not getting anything from them other than my money back. They handled it very well. I'm very impressed. Alright, now let's figure out what the heck this is. And I really mean that. I don't know what this is because it doesn't have any markings on it. I don't know which manufacturer it came from. Again, he said that it was a YC316, but I really don't believe him. So let me just give you my impressions of this unit just from the outside. I've noticed that there is actually only one speaker right here. This one, it's not a speaker at all. It's just there for show. It uses 3 AAAs, and also the unit is painted, and I think it was actually painted white. The plastic itself is not white. It must be some ungodly, horrible color. But the paint isn't as glossy as it is on the front. It seems like they only put, like, one coat of paint on this side. But even the paint right here is just terrible. Let me see if we could zoom in on that. You will see that, come on. Yeah, you see that? The paint is terrible. The black on the sound and reset, that didn't come from me. That didn't come from me opening it. Somebody either touched it when it was wet or something, but it's smeared right there. It's really, really substandard. The buttons, they feel cheap, and even worse, it has... I can't believe that China keeps doing this, but please, China, if you're watching this, stop right now. It has the D-pad where they're not connected. This isn't like a PlayStation 3 D-pad or anything. All the buttons are independent. So, you see, watch. When I press one button, it doesn't affect the others, like a normal D-pad would. I hate that. It just makes the D-pad so unresponsive, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, think about this. Imagine if you were playing it like this. That's what the D-pad feels like. It's 4 individual buttons, and it just kills the experience right there. It makes it really hard to control your character. It's horrible. Terrible. Anyways, so I don't know what this is, and it has this little cardboard thing covering it right here, so I'm hoping that maybe if we take it off, then we'll know what it is. But before I do that, let me just tell you that when I put batteries in here to make sure the damn thing works, it instantly sparked to life, and it has this little melody to it, and I could not for the life of me figure out what it was. And it took me a little while, maybe about 30 minutes or an hour, but then I realized, I was like, wait a second, I know exactly what it is. And let me turn it on, and let me see if you guys can figure out what it is. I'm going to sample it for just a little bit. Let's see. Can you tell what it is? Let me do it again, and this time I'm going to show you guys what it is. It's the Bubble Man stage from Mega Man. Except I think this one was played with a recorder or something. I'll play the whole thing at the end just so you guys can hear that awful, awful cover of that. It's actually a really amazing... it's an amazing soundtrack period on that game. but it is just awful hearing that cover of that level in particular, which is actually a very, very well done song right there. Anyways, though, one of the strange things I also gotta say is that you notice that when I turned it on, I did it by flicking this. But that's really strange right there because it has this button right here for on and off. And so when you actually have it on right there, you could turn it on and off through this right here. But that kind of makes me wonder why they have the power switch right here. Because when you turn this on, then it will turn on, and you could turn it off right here. So I'm thinking that maybe when they were designing this thing, they didn't have this part up here. They just had this on and off button. But then somebody realized, wait a second, if you put this in your pocket, it could turn on, you see? And also turn off, of course. So I think that they made this like as a master switch or something, so that way you could actually, have some power over whether it's on or off, rather than entrusting this little button that could easily be pushed. But one thing to keep in mind is that this button is really flimsy, so sometimes it won't turn on, or, just jarring it a little bit will turn it on or off. Watch. Come on. You see, if you just play with it, and you see now it's in the on position, but it's definitely not on right now. You can't hear, and then I just nudged it, and it turned on again. So yeah, just really bad build quality. And either way, let's open this up, and then we could figure out what it is exactly, because I honestly have no clue. Come on. There we go. Time to build up the suspense. Alright, here's a little cardboard cutout. Maybe it has instructions or something. And nope, it doesn't. It's just cardboard. 2.5-inch screen, oh my god! And it's got Xbox 360 graphics. Hey, wait, I didn't notice this. Look at the edge right here. That is supposed to be this unit. You see I guess you see it's supposed to be like that. Wow, so they actually did have like a picture of the unit on here. That's amazing to me. Then let's see this. New, updated version. Wow. I'd hate to see what the original one looked like. Alright, let's see. What does that say? Oh! It just says color game and then a trademark, which... Wait! Oh my god! It has color game and then what looks like a trademark stamp, but it's actually a B. Not an R, a B. So, I don't know what that means. It could just be that this is the B model of color game, but usually when somebody has that after a title, and it's an R, then that's, all rights reserved. But, no, that says B. And also it says up here, 181 in 1. So, again, like I said, it is not the same thing as the YC316. That man is a liar. You are a liar, Gang Feng Guo. I think that's who it was. Either way. Now let's turn it on and let's see what games are on here. Alright, English or symbols? No, I'm kidding. I know that's Chinese or something. Okay, English. Let's go. Okay, SP. I think SP is start and pause. Oh my god, that cover is horrible. It's drilling through my soul. It's making my teeth itch. Hey, okay, look. There's Transformers, a tank. Okay, Transformers just trans. Tank War. Racing car. Pie Wing. Angry Chicken. Angry Chicken. Risk King, which looks like a Mario ripoff. CS Fire. Angry Plants, Gang Tai 3, Fishing, The Agent, Montezuma. Oh, if that's Montezuma's Revenge, that would be amazing. But it's also the head looks like the snake guy from one of the Mega Mans. I don't know which one. Okay, I know there's gonna be 181, so we can't go through all of them just yet. Let me try Risk King. Okay, can I start? Oh, shoot. I don't know the controls. Oh, hey. Oh my god, this is a horrible sort of Mario clone. I don't think anyone's ever used that word before. Sort of Mario clone. Oh my god, it is like Mario. But it's Mario if Mario... Ah, what?! How did that work? I thought the log was going to come back up. It's Mario if Mario was... Ah! It's Mario if Mario was made at gunpoint. Oh my god, he went all red. I guess you actually have health, but... Wait, no, now he's his normal color. Okay. Come on. Just by the hair of my teeth. Skin of my teeth, sorry. God, this screen needs to catch up already. Wait, I can't jump right there. I guess I have to wait for this platform? This is actually entertaining because I don't know the rules of it. Ah! Also, the screen is like inching forward ever so slightly, so I have to be very mindful of that. Come on. Come on. No! No! I'm stuck! Oh! You could double jump! Oh! Damn it! This is what happens when you don't have an instruction manual. Come on, hurry up, screen. Okay, I want to see what the Transformer game is. So, well, let's see if they have a flagpole. Ah! Game over. Okay. Reset, and let's see what the Transformer game is. Trans. Versus... Okay, I don't know, I guess that's Autobot or something. Oh, okay, it's a fighting game. Holy shit. I think pressing down turns you into a bus. Well, into the tractor. Optimus Prime, sorry. I'm not a big fan of the Transformers series. I mean, I was when I was a kid, I think, but... Wait, oh! He jumped into the background! How do I do that? I want to go get him. Oh! Oh, I did it! I don't know how I did that. That's actually very interesting. Okay, I'm not the biggest fighting game fan, so let's see what else is here. Let's go Angry Chicken. Yeah, this is Angry Birds. How do I... Come on, hurry up. Come on. Also, one thing I thought was... Okay. Alright, beat that. One of the things I thought was really interesting about this is how basic it is. It doesn't even have a headphone jack. It's amazing. There's, of course, no charging port because it uses AAAs, but still, I thought it was amazing. Wow, that was interesting. Let's see if we can do that again. Let's see. Almost. Either way, Angry Birds doesn't really keep my attention, so let's see what else we have. I think I'll just pick one at random. Cayman washing. Star Wars? Let's see what this is. Okay. Oh. What? The top button shoots. And it shoots very slowly, I should add. It looks like the background was drawn by a 4-year-old. Oh. These games are so basic, it's... I mean, it's laughable, but at the same time, it's just incredibly boring. Okay. Reset. Let's try something else. The Agent. Running every day. Matchstick Man. I wonder if Nicolas Cage is in that one. Circus Charlie. Where Are We Going? Tower Defend. Racing Motor. Angry Chicken 2. Donkey Kong? Is it the same one? Oh, okay, it's Donkey Kong 3, I think. Wait. Why didn't it let me play? Okay. I'm gonna press start. Okay, now it worked. I don't think I hit reset by mistake. Either way, it's Donkey Kong 3. Let's see if Montezuma is Montezuma's Revenge. Ah! It's a puzzle game! How dare they... How dare they defile that good name. Okay, that's a reasonable volume. There you go. Even more reasonable. Lower. Okay, there were a few games that really did get me interested here that I need to show you. I went through pretty much all of them, at least looking at the icons, which the icons really don't have much to do with the gameplay, but it would at least give me an indication of whether this is a shooting game, a driving game, what. And either way, so I kind of went through them, and now I'm going to show you the best ones I saw, the most interesting ones. This one, Pai Wang, is really interesting because you will see that when we press start, fart, we have 3 of them. It's a jumping game, but your little panda farts in order to get to the next stage. It's really tough though. Look, I'm pressing the button, I ran out of fart. There's nothing that I could do right there. Except die, that's it. Fart 3. Let's try this again. Turn up the sound a little. And you see, there's no way to beat that. Okay, so the first level is totally unbeatable. Anyways, let's go on. Ah, the Great Escape. This is actually Temple Run, but done in a crate. Ah! Which one is the one to jump? I think I slid right there. Ah, damn it. Okay, well I don't know which button is to jump, but it really... There we go, turn down. It really blows my mind that all of these games, they're all developed by the people who made this thing. They're all independently developed, if you want to say that, like the Chinese indie scene right here. They're all independently developed, and that blows my mind, because usually on these handhelds, when they're like, 801 or whatever, they are usually just a whole bunch of Famicom games, like, Contra is the most popular one. They'll put like 50 versions of Contra on there, and that's what they do. They just get all of the NES and Famicom games, and they'll put them on a little handheld, and that's how they get these, like 181 games in one thing. But this one, they're all independent of NES games. I did see a game called Seacross on here, which is an NES game, but it's like an imitation of Seacross. It's not a ROM that was transferred onto here or anything. And that goes with the whole thing. There is like so many different versions of actual games, like you saw right there, that Temple Run, which of course those are real games, but here they've like ported them over, but like made their own version. It's crazy. Then you saw earlier, of course, with Angry Birds. CS Fire, yeah, this one is Metal Slug, but horribly done. Also, I don't know why, but they keep on using this top button instead for like almost like as the default button for everything. And it's totally horrible. It's almost uncontrollable. And everything takes like 5 million hits to do. And one of the biggest complaints, of course, against Metal Slug was that there was no blood in the North American versions. This one, there's no blood at all. Over here, we at least got like enemies that bled milk, but with this one, there's no blood at all. They just blink and then they die. And it's also painfully boring, and of course, aside from your character sprite and the enemies, it doesn't have the most appealing part of Metal Slug, which is, of course, the really cool drawings of enemies and, really great animation and backgrounds. Nowhere to be found on this. It's really amazing how the Chinese, they got some of the elements right, but they missed the whole point entirely of why people found these games enjoyable. Let me give you another example of that. This is Risker. And you'll notice it has this little bunny-eared guy who is pretty much like their Mario. And you can see right here, this is Mario Brothers, not Super Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers, you know, just ported over and, like I said, done in their own style. And I'm going to show you something really interesting in just a minute. Let me just get through this first stage right here. It's pretty interesting that they went ahead and made their own version of this sort of thing, like I said, but they miss certain parts of it. Like, watch, like you can't like walk on this side and then come out the other side like you could in the original. But look, did you see that the stages can end without you killing all the enemies? So that's another thing that they really didn't get correctly. Let me see. I think on the second level especially, like you can, at least on that first one, I like at least incapacitate the last enemy. On this second one, I think you could actually go through it with the last enemy still alive. And the POW block has 2 POW strengths, whatever you want to call it. You could do POW twice on that block. And look at that! Look at that! I still had 2 turtles left. But oh well. Very interesting. Anyways, yeah, so a lot of these, they're just copies of other games, but just done with their own graphic style and everything. And I find that amazing, actually, but there's also a lot of duplicates. They're just, you know, retile different things, you know, with different sprites, different characters. There's also, it uses Psy, the Gangnam Style guy. There's these games. There we go. And there's like 3 or 4 different versions of this. And then so you get through the levels by doing that. Not very interesting. But let me show you my favorite Gangnam Style game on here. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Gangnam Run. I think that jingle was also stolen from somewhere. I don't know where, though. But look at this. You actually get to run Gangnam Style. Oh, crap. That hurt me. Alright, here we go. But yeah. And this is just how this game plays. Alright, I died. But either way, all the games are very shallow. They don't really have a lot of meaning to them, I guess you could say. But either way, it's just insane how they were able to make this thing. Lastly, let me show you one other thing that I think it's this one. There we go. Okay, sound is off. And let me just tell you that, of course, they defiled Mega Man's Bubble Man stage. But with this one, if you guys are hardcore Nintendo fans, I'm going to ask you to turn off this video and not go any further, because there is another one, another sacred Nintendo tune that they are going to defile on this one. Oh my god, it's going to be bad. So don't say I didn't warn you, okay? We're going to do this now. It's The Legend of Zelda. Oh my god. This one, I guess it isn't as bad as the Mega Man one, but still, where are they playing this on? Ugh. Ugh. I can't believe that. I think that's really all I had to show you guys. The quality on this thing is absolutely terrible when you... Let me turn off the sound. When you move it around, it squeaks and pops and everything, and... there's not really a lot to say about this thing. Like I said, a lot of these games are just sprite swaps, so I would say there's maybe about 50 different games on here, but again, there's not a lot of depth to any of them. But, oh well. Once I got my refund, my 70% refund, it came out to about, when you add in the $3 I paid for the original box, it came out to about $10 or so that I'm out of pocket. And for the privilege of having those classic, you know, 8-bit tunes remastered into this Chinese indie console. I don't know if it was worth it, but it was worth it to show you guys, if that makes you guys feel any better for my torture. But that's all the time I have for today. This thing is not worth it, and be careful on Alibaba, okay? On any Ali sites or any doing business really with anyone online. Just be careful out there. But yeah, although with AliExpress, I would say trust them on their buyer protection. I was pretty happy with their buyer protection. I will buy again from them. Either way, thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.